we are the weapon, right? We have different parts. We talked about the ground being the source of our power, so our stances are very important. How we translate energy through our feet, through our body, into our weapons, right? The fist starts right here, the foot starts right here at the hip. So if this person comes in and brings something to us, we're here. That's just as effective, close range, as that is, right? And the shoulder too. We know that we've talked about that, right? So he's in here, he'll throw a punch this way, and if he reaches to punch me here, I can push it off with this one. I'm still effectively manipulating him with my shoulder to get him back to set him up for the next strike. So the fist here, the foot here, right? So I'm going to throw the punch. What I want you to do is I want you to slide in, pass my punch. Oh wait, come this way. We just come this way just for now. Come through here, step left foot first, step around that way. Now, with your hip motion, let's say I take your arm out of play. You're too close for a kick. Take your hip and hit me with your hip. Like that.
He's got a knife in his pocket.
And see how, yeah. Always. Always. And see how it spun me? Now I'm in what? Unless I'm curtsying to you, I'm in a bad spot. Right? So we know that. I can't carry the knife.
I was like,
let's put this out of range.
That's just one knife. I know there's another one somewhere.
Actually, because I know you guys, I've only brought the one.
there, he can't get it.
No chances. That's a slicey. So we're looking at that now. So this is our core, right? Not to say that this can't be used structurally fighting, of course it does, but it's kind of the machine for our limbs. So now we're looking at these as weapons, right? Your head is a weapon, obviously headbutting, biting, those kind of things. Here down, here down, here down. So we want to make these weapons as efficient and as functional as possible. There are two aspects, in my opinion, to the weapon which they diverge. One is as a shield. The other one is as a weapon itself, like a spear or a sword, right? So let's say he's here, punch comes, there's your weapon. You punch, right? You can punch the body, you can strike the body, you can strike here, you can strike face. So that's strictly as a weapon. You have point, chop, all different sizes and shapes. So we understand that pretty simply is what we understand that, right? It's a clear idea. Elbow, same thing, slow punch, okay? So there's punch, elbow on the punch, second strike, you felt that, and then what do? I use my knee, so those are pointy. But the thing we forget about, they're shields too, because we're not always on time. We don't always have that gap in the fight where we have time to plan. Suddenly, it's just on us. They're bigger and stronger. They're longer and faster. They're more powerful. They're quicker and higher skilled. So we have to be able to absorb when we've lost kind of the balance in the engagement. All things being equal, who's going to win a fight if everything's equal? The big guy. Big guy's going to win. They hit harder, they can take more damage. That's everything being equal. Our job as martial artists, in my opinion, is to unbalance things. Right? Bigger person has an advantage until we do what? We skew things. That's why we have the arts. Okay, so looking at these now as a shield instead of a weapon, they're also manipulators. But is that I kind of pair that with the weapon side? As a shield, you're receiving pressure, right? And as a manipulator, you're kind of manipulating movement or manipulating pressure. So as a shield, I separate those two as two basic ideas. You could say there's three semantics. We can get that all day, but we're not going to. So what we're going to do now instead is we're going to look at the body as a shield. When this slow motion punch came in, elbow. So that's as a weapon. But who is really taking command in that split second? Me. I'm striking. If I've lost that one glimpse moment, that little moment in there, and I look up, it's coming, now I've become a shield. There's the difference. I'm basically receiving the trauma. Not to say that I can't use that. Who plays video games? Everybody in the world. What's bashing?
straight through.
And you take your shield and you do what?
Yeah.
You knock the tar out of someone with your shield. Same thing, but you're normally disrupting the body or a weapon, right? You're still attacking the weapon even though it's a shield. But because it's a shield, we're going to tie that in together because it's probably not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to keep you from getting damaged. How hard can we hit? Pretty hard, right?
Yes.
We've been training for a long time, right? Okay, so, give me right there. Best shot you got. Give me the best shot, come on. Come on. Not bad, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Forms are hard.
thank you. But, how many of those could I have taken right here?
No.
One,
1, 2.
if I'm not unconscious. If I'm not going, oh my God, give me the license plate number. I've got to do what? I've got to scramble. And I've got to repair, and I've got to get ready to what? Survive. This can take it all day. People that don't use that aspect are missing out. Because I love the techniques, I love our kata, our forms, the chin pao. They're wonderful. Mistakes happen every day. You mess up, you get hit. So if we're only utilizing the weapon and manipulation half of those things, we're missing out on the fact that sometimes we have to absorb pressure or an attack. You're missing out on something that's probably likely going to happen when you get in the real situation. Okay? You got a really strong punch, by the way. It was not belittling your punch. That hurt. Right? But I can survive it. I can take those and I can survive. We look at a weapon, right? Hit me in the head, right here, really hard. No, hit me. Come on, bring it. Come on.
That's crazy.
Right? So, understand, is that my best option with that stick?
No.
Absolutely not. Are there other things I can do? Right? You okay?
Yes.
But what if I don't have that time and space? Slow motion. It's trying to hurt, so let me real hard. Sorry. Wait, I'm not ready. Hold on, stop. I want to talk.
Oh.
Okay. He loves hitting me, you notice? Okay. So, thanks. So if I look up, slow motion, and I look up and it's here, this whole fancy maneuver, this whole cutting down, you see what I'm doing there? Do you feel this motion? Okay. I don't have time for that neat stuff. I look up, it's here. I have a split second to do what? Raise this arm. If it's not used to pressure, if it's not used to what? Those impacts, it won't survive it. This next part is really, really, really key. And it's one of those things I don't tell a lot of people. There's no secret, there's no bottom drawer, there's no secrets. Everything's open, but this is one of those things that you don't think about. Slow motion. I look up, whoa, bang. I survive it, I move. If I'm trained, what aspect of my training allowed me to survive those punches without being injured? What did it? Body hardening? Tempering? What effect on the body did the tempering cause that allows me to survive that?
Physiology?
Physiology's some part of it.
Breaking the bones and having them heal over again?
These are all good ideas. They're all true. Here's the thing that people don't get. It's not the bone, it's not the tendon, it's not the muscle. No offense to anybody, unless you are a seasoned martial artist with years of Qigong or Kiko, and you totally get that and you've developed this energy. It's not the Qi either. It's your nervous system. Your nervous system reacts to shock according to your experience. Okay? My nervous system can take a ridiculous amount of punishment and keep functioning. Okay? Slow motion. You strike that. Okay? My muscles can maintain tension and can maintain hardness, pulling the tendons tight, wrapping the muscles like steel cords around the bones, which are about as hard as concrete. Okay? Mine are harder because of why? Years of tempering. That difference, I don't have an almanac and I'm not sure, I'm not going to give you numbers. But I'm talking with doctors and the research that I've done, the pores, they do become, your bones become more dense and they become smaller and smaller. So the bones get harder, but not to a degree where it'll change that unless you're talking a hairline difference. The real difference is in your nervous system, whether it shuts down and gets weak or it doesn't. Here's the thing. That first shot's not the only one he's going to throw either. You saw earlier, he just wanted to come again, didn't he? What's going to happen? You guys have seen real attacks in the street, right? Mm-hmm. If I get the weapon, oh, that works too. Sorry. So,
please let go. Please.
Right?
Just give me it.
So he puts his arm up. Let's say he blocks that one. What are most people going to do? Ow! Hand opens, muscles get soft. The second shot goes right through the bones, breaks them both. Why? Because they're no longer doing their job. When you're conditioning, when you're tempering, you're training here, here, and here. Mind, body, spirit, right? So when you feel that pain, you can consciously control, suppress that pain. You can maintain your breathing, maintain your body system, and you can maintain tensions on the muscles required to protect your body. If you shut down because of it, the next thing that happens, you're injured. Let's say this punch is going to come and it's going to hit me here. Okay? Hit me right there. Okay? Punches. Bring punch here and kill me. Just don't kill me, but punch.
Another one too.
No, just bring this punch.
This one.
Okay? Now that's hitting me, right? Punch again. Punch again. See that? Even if that punch hit, I'm not trying to be real mean, but watch. What happened to his hand?
It did.
What happened to his hand? So even if he's bringing it, even if he's carrying the mailbox, when he impacts my hand, he's going to hit me with this instead of this. Two things. One, my survivability goes way up because I'm getting hit with less of a rock. Two,
That hurts this finger.
I got a little bit of a shot to go what? Hurting the hand.
Yes.
Remember when you punched my arm?
He was like, oh.
Ooh.
I could feel the bounce.
And then, did you see his reaction on his hand? So when this person's trying to beat you up, right? And they're going for this, you're going for this here, right? He's like, oh, that hurt, that hurt, that hurt. You're gonna take a little bit of inspiration away. And those are simple maneuvers. Put something in front of them. If you're trained, your system's maintaining, their system's not, give yourself quite an edge in that encounter right there. Okay, bring a kick this way. Again. I'm going to hit your foot a little bit. Careful. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go easy now. Kick.
I have a question about that.
Sure.
One hit the toes and one hit the shin, or do both hit the
Right out of hunger. Here, you're putting the teeth in.
So
Slow motion.
One shin, one foot.
Kneecap, top of the foot.
Okay.
Pow. It can be done this way.
The second one soft.
Drawing, right? It can be suppression. That's it. Okay? Jam it. Knock it down. However, this is Black & Decker. This is the primary function. Depending on the kicker, how hard it's coming, your conditioning level, their conditioning level, their training level, you're not going to feel great. But if I'm here and I look up and said kicks right here, I would rather be able to not eat it Right now, front kick may not be the best example there because I'm still in range of him shooting it in. Fight's a fight. Front kick. Come here. There. Right here. I'll stop.
Think better.
All right. Best idea? It depends, because slow motion now. I'm over here, I look up, oh, right about now. Okay? This hand's busy, I got one hand. Oh, same thing as a stick. Put it up there. Is that the best thing in the world? Nope, better than taking it on my head? What happens if that thing lands? 99. Wade's done, time to put the fork in me, I'm finished. Okay, so, there's all kinds of mechanics, leverages, easy kicks will hurt you. Bring it around, but easy. What I'm going to do here is if he rotates it over to the head, for that,
Yes.
I want him to hyperextend his leg. Okay? Now I'm using my palm, right? If I was to use it as a weapon, slow motion. And I sting, and I hit the kneecap. What's that to the nervous system? It shocks it. What happens to his muscle control? Gone. What happens to that knee joint? If he's really whipping it, he's lost his tension control. And he can hurt his own leg pretty easily. So when we practice this drill, you got here a little bit, we do it this way. So if it comes around, I'm actually protecting my partner. Real world scenario. Meteor block, right out of Hungar. Sorry. Meteor block, hit that joint. Understand something? He's got hands, he can reach and hit me. We're kind of isolating something just to look at it. Compartmentalize when you learn it. Plug it in and then look at all your variables. There's always another hand, there's always another option. Everything fails, right? Okay. So with that argument said, we can continue. Now then, this shield being built, now you guys have seen this in your forms, right? Attack's the attack. Every block is a strike. We don't block, we strike. Everything is an attack. I use the term shielding as in I've kind of lost the planning part of this whole thing and I'm having to take force I don't want to. Okay? This can turn and you can use a shield as a basher, then it becomes weapon-esque, but it's still a shield form. If I'm using my hand as a weapon and a kick is, let's say kick's coming here, okay? I come here, this shape is designed for heavier impact. This shape is designed to slice or cut. So if that's happening, I have to look at all my options. Do I have tai sabaki? Can I move? Can I back up? Can I get to him before the kick is at peak power? A million factors, but that's your training. That's your basics over and over. That's your forms. That's all that stuff. So we're just trying to isolate and look at a couple of the different things. Am I losing everybody? Are we okay?
No.
We're good?
We're good.
Let me get these looks like, huh?
No, that's just our thinking phase.
What?
That's our concentration.
But you're getting it, right? That idea. Okay, so when you're late in the game and it's coming in and you gotta take that pressure, this is a good tool. You can also use it to get close, to get inside. Guarantee you're way, way faster than I am. Right? You hit like a mule. You know, so that's a bad combination for me. We're in here, I need to close that gap. Right? John, bring a punch for me. Again, here. He's not wanting to hit it here because he knows it's going to do what? It's going to jam his body up, right? And I might aim for that hand, but see what happens here. See how it's rubbing here and chewing up? And jam the whole body. Once you've gotten that advantage, you're in. It's a way to enter. Okay? And you guys, tiger ascends, the tiger, right? If you look at that, my understanding, just my personal thing, I play with it, this is all shielding.
Magic.
Whatever comes on this side, I can deal with it. Here, 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 here. Pointy, protected, pointy, protected, pointy, protected, protected. I'm coming to the force, but in a way where I can deal with it. And individual stuff too, right? So, the shield, the blades, Black & Decker. We see the importance, right? I didn't do a lot of technique stuff, but if you get the general gist of why it's important, now we're going to go into making them strong. Making these sharper. Making this stronger. The ability to grab and hold. See, he's holding control, right? See now? Right? And when we grab, I'm not just grabbing clothing. Right? I'm going to get a handful of skin. I'm going to tear it if I can. Good luck, but I'm going to do it if I can. Back here, grab the skin. Grab. Right? And the ability to grab and manipulate and drain the strength out of the body with a grab. Should not be underestimated. You all right, brother?
Yes.
That's why I grabbed you through the gi.
I don't even see fingerprints.
That's right. That's why I grabbed you through the gi.
Oh, okay.
He's
Domestic
not leaving
abuse.
fingerprints.
So that's why we're going to train these next. And even on the shins. You guys do leg kicks, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So medium to soft leg kick here. Okay. Increase your kick until you're comfortable. Now watch. I'm shielding, but am I just going to stand here? And what am I going to do? I'm going to work with the dynamics of his kick, right? Okay.
That is the hardest thing to teach a new person, to turn into
Now,
the kick instead of
Bring all you
buckling.
got. Okay.
No, I can't take it.
That's okay. Understand something. We don't train that because I'm planning on going, hey, kick me. That's not the plan. That's if fighting here, I look up, right, I'm fighting with you, I look up, right? Now, what am I going to do? I'm not going anywhere. I have two options. One, I can soften and absorb. Go ahead. And try to hook with my heel and catch it. That's a decent technique. But if you, no offense, are you, and you're aiming over here, you're going to go right through me, probably take me to the ground. Because if I'm throwing a leg kick, let's say here, right, I'm aiming over here. I'm going to drive that thing through. I'm going for you, through you. So if you lift, there's a good chance we're both going to the ground. Because something's going to collapse. My other option, as I look up and I see that kick coming at the very late game, is to take and check it. If I've trained and trained and trained to absorb that and take that kind of heat and pressure, I'm going to survive it in battle. And that's not our plan to take the kick. But if we have to take it, let's be ready, right? And is there something to be said for getting hit in the face? Absolutely. Get used to people hitting you. I'm not saying be one of those crazy, you walk out bloody every night or stupid like that, but be used to face contact. Whether you put pads on or something, be used to that pressure and getting hit. So when it happens, it's not like, hey, wait, that's not supposed to go on, right? Yes, man. So anyway, let's take a break for now, and then thank you guys. Another water, and then we'll talk about it.
That's crazy. Look at my shin.
Hi, buddy.
Come
Okay,
here,
so
son, your 5 minutes are up.
we were talking about leg kicks, and I don't know if
Come on.
Dan wants to go over with the guys later or whatever. It's not on this topic, so I'm going to leave that with her. But now the shins, that's where the tempering comes in, because you get used to kicking something that's really hard, right? But you have to build it. You guys have iron brooms, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Iron brooms.
Iron brooms? Not here.
Like the actual shaft is iron, like metal.
No, it's a bundle of rods. Like if you cut the bottom out of about 30 hangers and you tape the bottom, you tape them in bundles like 6 or 7, and then you take the bundles together.
No.
It's about that big, and its weight is the same as a sword, even though it's short, because it's a bundle of wire, and we use that to hit the forearms and the shins.
Sifu had us make one out of chopsticks.
Okay, oops. Well, wire's the next level,
Oh well.
and it hurts worse. And if you're not ready, you can really anything you overdo, you can damage yourself.
He used it more for like
That's
grip and stuff.
he's using grip fitting. These are about yay long, 18 inches long,
Oh yeah, no.
16 to 18 inches long, and then you bundle it, and it's for conditioning the forearms, the shins. Plus, you can do your sword form inside a small room because it's the same weight as a sword. You have to worry about the length hitting stuff though.
Nice.
So you want your sword form in the bathroom, you got it.
Ha.
Okay, so
Just whip it out in the salt.
let's work on building the weapons.
Sure.
Building the weapons a little bit. All right. Okay, let's.
Oh, let me go put those away.
Thanks, John. I'll be taking them.
They're gonna be in that bucket.
Okay, I'm going to demonstrate first. This is what we call rolling, right? And I'm going to have you guys start with the bow staff, graduate to the weight bar, and then this will be your first progression to the. You're getting to where it's going to make a real difference in your fighting and in your tempering training. Okay? Some exercises that I do. Well, it's going to be hard to figure out where are those marks even?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right where the striations.
Okay, that'll work. Warm-ups here. You want it to roll outside the thumb. This warms up the muscles. Put some blood in there. Do 6, 9, 13, whatever. Then put your thumb around the bar because the muscles, tendons, joints from a no thumb grip to a thumb grip is a big change in the structure. So do both. Then reverse. Okay. Everybody, you can kill the filming. If you want to film a couple people, that's fine, but you don't want to waste all your footage. Real quick, we're gonna run through. All right. I guess Jensen.
Everybody's stepping behind me, so.
For order. Okay. Bend the knees a little bit, right? And then just let it hang in front of you and curl it up. Down and up. Let's say do about 5 or 6. You want to do half the set thumb grip, half the set no thumb. Because you know how we have leopard paw?
Yes.
Right? And we also have Ken, a fist. Very different structures, right? You need to strengthen both.
And then we're not ready.
And then bring it this way. Try and kick it up forward. Okay, let's go down. You know the funny thing, American to Okinawan, in Okinawa, we always say the name first and then sensei. So it's Ike Miyagi Sensei, Wade Sensei, which still sounds really weird. But here I noticed they say sensei whoever. It's just, I get so confused. I'm always tripping over my words. I don't know which way to say it and where.
So when I do the no finger, it's like this, right?
Bring it around the bar. Yeah. So it's coming up on you. Yeah.
Just like that.
And bring it up and squeeze and let it come down. You want to get these muscles. The stronger your fingers, the stronger your hands, the stronger all your hand techniques will be. The stronger your calves, the stronger your stances will be. If your calves are your weak link, you won't. Your stances will.
Don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day. Yeah, you actually liking those, Jack? Mm-hmm. I've gotten to where I have people doing like 8 feet. They're sliding, and I got one kid can kick his foot and move like 2 feet. You can't sweep this kid now. He sweeps himself on that. I was like, that recovery from a sweep is amazing, you know.
That's good. All right, Jack.
All right, last one.
Yeah, that one going up. That one's
No thumb. Yeah.
rough.
That's working your bridge
Mm.
You know?
I got yelled at by Sifu Rivera.
Roll.
I was doing my Benji for
You like 5 or 6 with the thumbless like that? You lift weights?
Yep.
How you doing?
Sometimes.
Very strong. Okay, now do a thumb grip. Do the same thing. See how different effect it's got tension and
Yeah.
you know it'll affect things a little differently. And most time when you're going to be using a weight, you're going to have a grip, right? But if you're doing a hand technique, say leopard, right, or even you know crane or snake or however, you know the hand form is going to change. You want to have the strength built both ways. Okay, and then you come up just like that. We're really making sure the muscles and tendons are all moved around. We got blood in there. Because this exercise is not about strength, it's about form and it's about focus, and it's about pain. The exercises I'm going to show you, I've used 185 pounds on the one, and I've used the other one I've done up to 135 pounds. And I'll show you the exercises. And I will never do that again because it was completely not necessary. It was just something that you lock onto something, get a personal vision, and I just wanted to see how much I could do. That's done with, so kind of all right, so we're all good?
Mm-hmm. All right. Does it?
Yep. Now to show you the exercises. The first one we call rolling. And what this does, it develops your tempering, and your focus.
You're a horrible thing. You're not clear
I know. It's
Okay.
confusing.
Now, grab your bowl. Bowl for now.
Sifu had me and Flo do something like this, but we would throw it at each other.
Different exercise, but that's good. With a bowl, right?
No, with that thing.
With a 45-pound bar?
No, 35, that one.
Okay, he's just trying to kid. Come on over, whoever's first.
So we were trying to temper right, and here's out here, try this. We're
Roll
like,
your sleeves, young man. Roll your sleeves up. That exercise goes into a whole different complex area of training.
Yeah, it was one of those, try that, we did it twice, and we're like, okay.
Receiving pressure, time and space, impact, conditioning. It's really advanced though.
He just said it. Because we were back here, started like, here's out here, try this. Okay.
I think he's getting a better sense of humor as he gets older. Which I say when I have a lot of room to run away real fast. Because
Sometimes.
I would only fight Frank with a howitzer. Another guy's doing it while I'm in a different country. Okay, so, in here you guys do your salutation here, right? So basically you're there, then you open, and hands here for basic. So you're gonna point, this is your, let's freeze right here. Bring me a bad guy real quick. Hit me right here with that, right? Here. Woo! I gotcha. You okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
I still start from yesterday from the other side.
Yeah, that's a sense of humor now.
I'm getting a better sense of humor too. But Anthony Sensei, I gotta tell you, you got the best spirit and the biggest heart, and you're the best uke I think I've ever worked with. Don't ever lose that because your humility compounds your strength.
What?
It always will.
I think she's here.
Okay.
Are you good?
Here you go.
Yeah, the right corner.
That's your card.
Now,
No, there's one that has behind.
Oh.
as we come down, I can control this one. You're going to keep your thumbs right there, pull these back because we want to make an edge. You're going to let it roll down. And as it rolls, you're going to catch here. And you're going to catch it. And you want to come down below parallel. And you're catching it in that little crux right there. And so this is that motion here. And then
Yep, that's it.
here. So
Gotta open the door, it's locked.
Where's the keys at?
Mine are on my bag.
Here.
She's gonna kill you. Open the door.
No, they're right here.
So come down. Now try to keep from coming in. Try to maintain your. This is hard to think. And this is just as much work as that bar is. Because it's lightweight. You have to have very clean, Ben. Very clean, very controlled movement.
Yeah?
Right? Control that real
There's a
slow.
side pocket.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna build refinement and finesse in your movement.
Brown one.
Because a well-controlled movement is what? Yeah, and it's what more powerful, right? Down. Oh,
That's what say. This one's saying side. I wonder if that's my shoulder being knocked down.
could be you try to push your shoulders down.
No, well, this shoulder is.
Is it your back? Is it sit higher?
Yeah.
So that's something to be aware of. Okay.
Yeah, that's ever since my accident, this side has always been higher now.
Huh?
So,
Thing is, you'll adapt and you'll understand that, so you'll be able to make that. Even though it's a limitation, it's still going to be a strength.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Glad you could make it. We have everything on film. We did some demonstrating, and Anthony Sensei was beating me up earlier, and you get to see all that. So make sure. Can I get a copy of the film?
Yeah.
You gotta ask me. I'm the one.
Awesome.
Well,
I'll be glad to pay for copies or whatever.
yes, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
get a copy because I'll punch him in the nose.
$20.
You got this.
Now watch what
$20.
he's doing here, right? When he's coming down, it's here. Remember we did the box yesterday? And that second maneuver? You guys are recognizing some stuff from the hum, aren't you?
Yeah.
Certain hand movements and things. So it's here, and then it's here, right? So keep going a couple more. So let's say, like an Anthony said, you're gonna hit me here, right? It's here. I've come up. Then he comes here with this right here. All right, then he comes here. And he comes here. All right, so it's kind of neat. It ties into our movement. And as well, because we're conditioning, right, with this part. So let's say he comes this punch here, right? Now see, come here, slow. You see it coming? If he brings that next one, he's going to be really sorry. So, but by the conditioning, we're making this what? Sharper and harder steel. I'm going to hit and then hit. That's it?
Yes.
Good.
Gotta work on that one.
All right. You might think that this is easier because it's lighter. You have to move very slowly. Who's ever practiced your forms really slowly, like Tai Chi? Right? You know, real slow and controlled, just as an example. Or slow kicks. The refinement and finesse is just as important as brute strength or speed, because a very, very finely controlled movement is very powerful because you have an understanding and an awareness of your location and your time and your space. And accuracy is everything when you start hitting targets, right? If you're the fastest gun in the West, but you miss your target by 3 feet every time, look how fast you are, right? Or how powerful the bullet is. What happens if you're missing your target? Don't matter. All right. Good job. There you go, Sensei. Sleeves up.
I know.
Get out of the way, get out of the way. Okay. Show off your buffness now. Okay, so bring it nice and tight. Bring your elbows in to the V here. And then, spear hand. Bring the thumbs out and back. We're making that tight here. We'll point the hand. So you're going to go from there you go. So as you come down, but at the top you're here, right? You're here at the top.
Oh, like that.
Because remember we talked about hitting this way.
Oh,
Right, so here at the top, right? So you're here, and then you're going to come down. So as you come down, they change, and then you control it to here. And you try it at the bottom, you want your wrists pulled up as tight as you can, because you're training the muscles. And then as you're making sure that you're pulling as tight as you can, but you look relaxed. And then as you come up, these are pushed down, and you're training. And then it rolls back down the arm into the elbow. So down. And you want to break parallel so it comes all the way to onto the thumbs in both hands. Okay, and then back up. See, now it's timing, right? Because if you go like this too early, what happens?
Flies off.
Falls off. Okay? And you can be working your stance here, working your breathing, working your tension, working your core. So it's just like you're doing your forms, right? And you're focused, you're working everything. Frank Sifu really fixed a lot of my mistakes and really helped me to do this better. And you know how Sifu is, it's just like, yeah, of course, Wade. I'm like, oh, great. Doing it for 5 years, didn't see it. Sifu looks at it for like 20 seconds, he goes, you ever think about this? I'm like, no. But thanks, you know. So that's why, you know, showing it to different people, and especially senior teachers, you get a lot of stuff out of it. And now I actually train this lighter than I ever did, but I'm so much better because I've reduced the amount of weight. I've done this with 185 pounds, which was, you know, pretty impressive, but functionally, you know, unless you're fighting the Hulk or somebody, you gotta throw something heavy at it, and not really gonna help. But learning the finesse and the control and the mechanics, very important. Okay, good job. There you go, Sensei. Sleeves up.
I know.
Get out of it, get out of it. Okay. Show off your buffins now. Okay, so bring it nice and tight. Bring your elbows in to the V here. And then, spirit hand. Bring the thumbs out and back. We're making that tight here, or point the hand. So you're gonna go for the, there you go. So as you come down, but at the top you're here, right? You're here at the top.
Oh, like that.
Because remember we talked about hitting this way,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So here at the top, right? So you're here, and then you're gonna come down. So as you come down, they change, and then you control it to here. And you try it at the bottom, you want your wrists pulled up as tight as you can, because you're training the muscles. And then as you're making sure that you're pulling as tight as you can, but you look relaxed. And then as you come up, these are pushed down and you're training. And then it rolls back down the arm into the elbow. So down. And you want to break parallel so it comes all the way to onto the thumbs in both hands. Okay, and then back up. See, now it's timing, right? Because if you go like this too early, what happens?
Flies off.
Falls off. Okay? And you can be working your stance here, working your breathing, working your tension, working your core. So it's just like you're doing your forms, right? And you're focused, you're working everything. Frank Sifu really fixed a lot of my mistakes and really helped me to do this better. And you know how Sifu is, it's just like, yeah, of course, Wade. I'm like, oh, great. Doing it for 5 years, didn't see it. Sifu looks at it for like 20 seconds, he goes, you ever think about this? I'm like, no. But thanks, you know. So that's why, you know, showing it to different people, and especially senior teachers, you get a lot of stuff out of it. And now I actually train this lighter than I ever did, but I'm so much better because I've reduced the amount of weight. I've done this with 185 pounds, which was, you know, pretty impressive, but functionally, you know, unless you're fighting the Hulk or somebody to throw something heavy at it, not really gonna help. But learning the finesse and the control and the mechanics, very important. Okay, good job. Let's let our filmographer jump in here.
See?
I don't even get college for that.
Now up here, it's here. You're pointing. As you come down, it should make a gradual transition. You don't kind of drop and then go like this. You want to make a smooth transition so it's one movement, if you can. What's going to happen is if you're doing this, you're fighting here, it's going to hit, so it finishes at this same moment, right? Just like that. And that's in the hung, right?
All right.
Or the Japanese knife, right? Hey, you put the point on the cutting board and then you, there, right? So it's Japanese knife. What happened?
I didn't.
Right.
confused.
Okay.
So my hands down.
It looks like it's to where it happens smoothly, and it's harder with a light weight. They come down.
Like a butcher's knife, you hear? You go.
Okay, so
It'd be like this.
everybody said go with Nika. Your turn.
This one?
Your turn. You can leave your shoes on for now if you want. I got mine on. It's weights.
Why do I
and-
wanna?
Popcorn.
Just
No,
go!
it's fine.
You wear your lifting shoes on here, right?
Yes, I have Olympic and I go barefoot some days for squats.
Should I not be on there with my shoes? I
Oh, that's
apologize.
fine. I wear my shoes all the time on
Okay, just sorry.
What
No, it's
happened
fine.
there already?
What?
What's your butt?
it. I know, it's because it's sticking out. I just
That even.
touch it, paint.
You saw doing before how we
I
had
already
this.
repaint my boxes.
It's going to be here because you're at the top, and then you're going to make a gradual shift with your hands and let this come down. A little fast, but it shifts. So at the bottom, now this way, and it rolls down.
You know how we do crane and hold it?
I don't do that.
It's like that only time.
I've seen you do it when we used to lift weights.
And you know what? I'll demonstrate the technique again after you get done, and I'll show you again. I'll show everybody again. The thing is to do it in control and make it happen under your control. You're controlling it. It's not rolling away. You're actually controlling its movement. Structure. Okay. This punch comes in, and there's your drop. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. This one comes again. Here. Now let's say this punch comes here. I'm going to maintain this because why? That's where my weapon is formed. If I come here, my weapon is here. Okay, this one comes, it's, okay, here, so it's 1, 2. So it's technique, it's finesse, it's understanding, and it's strength and conditioning. This will work out, won't it? It's like, I'm fine.
That's it.
Next, Anthony Sensei.
Right.
That bar, I'll put this away. How are you, Sensei?
Are you?
Good,
Enjoy.
sir.
So it's like that.
Hi, Gunji.
I was like, today I'm just.
And what Sensei will do is he will
See?
help you guys with your orientation where he wants you, according to your form. You don't want your elbows to swing way out. You want to have them kind of where you're in control of your box, right?
Oh, okay.
Here, if they're flaring out, you're open. You want to try to stay. That's my way. But talk to Sensei, make sure you're doing it
That's
the way he
correct.
likes.
That's correct.
Thank you, Sensei. And then, if you come too high, you're open. And you want as much as a 90-degree bend here, because then you're hitting with your structure here, hitting and hitting. So,
This?
and you're training, because if I were to throw a punch, you would have brought this back and chopped into the punch. Yes, that way. So you're seeing function and conditioning.
Oh, I see.
And he's pulling it out of the forms.
Yes.
Is this correct?
Absolutely. The lower you can go and not do this. Keep your thumbs oriented up, because then you're working the tension in the wrists,
I'll go ahead.
and that will strengthen your wrists a lot.
Right, right
I think it looks good. And then Sensei can tell you specifically about hand form and stuff for your system.
there. Okay.
Every system's a little different, so you're going to want to do what Sensei, how he specifically tells you on that.
What the hell?
Set up, like shoulder, like your.
Excellent.
Together.
Okay, next victim.
I guess next.
Like your wrist should be right where your shoulders are at.
Like if this is your basic hand posture, you turn it and you're there.
So when we do this, our fingers
When's fighting stance?
open. So it's
Fighting
1, 2,
stance.
3.
Jesus.
So it's 1, 2. And then when
You're
we do this,
nice.
So since the elbows in front a little bit.
Now, as far as your stances and what you're working there, you can mix it up. You can do deep front stance while you're doing this,
And if it's stuck
Right?
in the edge,
right?
it reduces range.
Or you can even do,
So
if you want to be crazy, do a horse stance
that's what
while you're training this. So you can combine all these things. It's just like, all this is another piece of equipment in your gym now.
Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah, this guy, you see him in the corner doing this for a half hour, go fight the guy. He hasn't moved from a horse dance in like 30 minutes. I think Frank Seafood eats lunch in a horse dance every day. I swear he does.
We did
Making a sandwich, he's not moving.
we did a seminar in Albuquerque with him,
There you go.
and he was demonstrating the techniques of tiger, and we were in horse dance for a half hour.
And everybody's dying.
Yes. It was crazy ridiculous.
He's talking and he goes, okay, this and that, and that. I didn't say get out of horse stance, get back down.
I'm lucky you didn't do that to me.
And there's Eddie, and he's laughing. He's like you little.
Okay, I think it's Nika's turn. She's smiling too much. Come on, Dad.
And I
That
get
was
a word
a
from my
confused on
position.
what Rancho just told me, we're not moving the arm.
Small as your
The
slice.
forearm.
Try to in the front.
This game.
Try and maintain your tight core. That's a good basic position. Always have to come down. Same way you do it before. You know, shift your hands not right away. Yeah, it's here. Try to make it happen in one motion. So the room that have the testosterone blockage to brain function. You don't want to go too heavy with these, even though I have in the past. I don't think I would ever advise people to go over 95 pounds on this.
So no 245 plates, okay?
Oh, yes.
That's
for sure.
Now, my workouts, when I did these religiously, and I did them for a long time, I got to where I would do 45, and then 65, and then 95, and then plates. I would do 135 every time I did it. And I would go up there, I would do 2 sets with the 135, and I would drop back down and do a high repetition set with just a bar. And that's probably excessive, and like I was telling them, Sensei, I at one point did 185 pounds doing this.
Wow.
Which is impressive, but functionally it means nothing. Because it's not going to help you in any circumstance, and that level of pressure on the nerves and stuff, once you've gotten so high, all the conditioning that's going to happen has already happened many pounds ago. So I think 95 pounds is as much as you're going to need to get peak conditioning. That's just my opinion, but I did it for years and years, and I'm going to hold pretty tight to that opinion.
And what he means by that too is you don't go there and pull out the 95 pounds. You start with 20 pounds, you work up to 25 pounds, and you keep on going up until you get to that point.
And look at it, working on the legs and the core. Okay, what do you think?
Thanks, Marty.
It's hard? I love it. Okay. So let's put this away. And Anthony Sensei, can you grab that, please? Now this is, what, 10 pounds?
I think so.
Right? So what you can do is you can take and you can add 5 pounds each side like Sensei said. And then you can go 25 and then 35 and then 45 or eventually. But anybody wants to try this, I'll be here so you can try it. Because I'm going to use this for my next exercise. Go ahead, Sensei.
Wait. Oh yeah.
The thing is, you guys temper. If you do this to anybody that's never banged arms, it hits the floor. It hits the floor. Because the nervous system's telling them the arm is broken.
Right.
But you guys, apparently, your body's like, ah, it's broken, but you're good.
Oh, it's towards the end.
Yeah.
No tissue at all. I'll do 3 more.
Is your arm broken?
Almost.
Yeah, you say, yeah, but it's good. I can do it. I can do it.
That really.
She's like, I don't want to.
Look at that look. That smile says it all.
I don't want to go.
There was a, since you keep taking that phone?
Yes.
There was a demonstration in Okinawa that we were doing, and I had one of the older guys from Mabucon come up and say, this is no big deal, right? This is no big deal. He grabbed the bar from me, and he rolled it here. And so he went to the bottom, I walked up to him, and I grabbed his hands and I cranked him in the right position, and I lowered it really, really slowly, and I watched his body do the jackhammer. I let go, wham, hit the floor, and I went, how was that? That idea. Anyway, so, who else wants to try this?
I'll give it a try.
I'll go.
Just towards the end bit. There's no tissue.
Remember pointing here.
I think 5.
Right? And then gradually bring it in. Too fast, too fast. Your hand at the bottom, breathe right here. At the bottom, it doesn't switch. It's like slow, 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 finish. So if finish is turning, you're already turning, you're only halfway down. Slower shift. Yeah, slower shift. So it's just like it's all tied in. I know your people train Sensei because everywhere else I've gone, bang, 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 drop, drop, drop.
I really like the iron body market. I like stuff like this.
Well, this is part of the tempering exercise. You know, we did it in the Hoga system, and we would have the same thing. Had ways of throw it to each other.
Yes.
So latch
See?
here and go
I
back
told
here.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so advanced though.
Yeah. And that's more. You start like this,
Okay.
and then when you get better at it, you toss it up, catch it, go to the next side, let it land on the arms. You go forward,
That one got
go
me.
back.
I told you.
I think you did it like a couple times, then throw it up, catch it, throw it to the next guy. And you go
That's
like
good. Because, oh, I'm sorry, Sensei. I just wanted to. Okay. Jeff, did you want to go jump?
Yep. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, you're gonna make me look at all this, and I'm gonna make them do it.
Right? Once I got downstairs.
At least the upper right.
I told them that you saw me flow back here, tempering, and you're like, here, try this.
I get the same next.
Right here?
And I have them toss it to each other and catch it.
Is this just me? Am I the point?
Try to go slow.
That's what I said.
Slow is hard.
That's it. Okay, that's better. That's better.
And that's where Sensei is going to have you working your finesse,
When I was,
you know, and your refinement, your skill.
yeah,
Because knowing exactly where those things are and controlling it,
Yeah.
nothing better.
that's all I You're right. It's all right.
Slow right there.
Oh yeah. You can feel it creeping all up on the bone. You're like, oh yeah. That's a good one.
Now I see why. You could do it like that easily.
Oh yeah.
Good, good set.
That,
Good set.
It's the shin down here.
that makes a big difference. Right?
Yeah, man. Weak ass one.
Yeah,
like Sweet.
you're so cute.
It just locks in. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. I like this one most of
The only female martial artist I've ever seen do that weight the first time out. Ever. The only one. And I've done a lot of. We'll see. Boom.
I'm built like a dude, it's cool.
That's it. Move up to the corner.
Get out of there.
Yeah, just, we might want to set her up with some rubber bands that way keeps her up.
I have faith in you.
Laughing at them.
And then this just takes practice now. It takes time to build it.
Oh yeah.
And again, 45 pounds, until you're doing sets of 13 or 18, there's no point going higher. If you're getting sets of 13 that doesn't feel anymore, absolutely go up 20 pounds.
Okay.
And we have
I get 6 reps.
one more taker.
Nika!
Nika!
Over it. You got the camera rolling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Both of them. Exactly.
Of what?
That's what I
That's
was
how since I got those speed bumps.
That feels good.
If you laugh, it's gonna be worse.
Just look at the wall.
Breathe.
Feel it all over. Breath and pass out.
I'm gonna watch. I'm just gonna leave that. Bam!
Can it go up?
Wow, that's two. Same Dojo in the same day. That's amazing.
She's alright. That's
Keep
all I
going.
got.
No.
Keep going.
Okay, pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what?
Nika's actually pretty tough.
Even your hand up. Put this over here. Because you're holding all the weight on one side. Okay. I'll bring it back up.
Come on, tough kid.
Second one's not that hard. You already got hit.
Well, because the nerves are all fried. We can't feel anything now. It's like after Tyson punches you once and you don't feel it anymore.
Okay, I'm good.
It's
I'm
like
looking
the best
backwards,
feeling
but I'm
ever
okay.
though, because you're like, wow, I felt that. It felt right, but it didn't hurt.
Why not more?
I was watching some of Mike Tyson's old footage.
Hi, gorgeous.
Lock it in. Now the other thing you guys can add to this is turn it this way, bring it down, let it roll on let it roll and catch. Roll on your pads,
Catch on the fingertips?
and catch it and curl, catch it. Now lift and keep a hold of it. You can practice your drops this way. You drop it into your arms, and then let it roll back down. And then let it roll into your palms. Okay.
Back
And then then drop and feel the catch. So, and then that's it. Instead of throwing it first, you can kind of work the catches yourself and build up.
Right.
But these are not easy. That's 45 pounds of steel, people.
Yeah.
More than you're gonna have to deal with from a person.
When you throw, you start with that. And then you work your way up to the bigger one.
It's not
Okay.
I remember you doing it.
All right.
That was hard.
The next exercise, I like the little fun names. You know how I am with that. It's more fun that way, a little more exciting. I call this Phoenix Eye punching, and you can do it for speed, can do it for control,